we've got our georeference layout in here. We've created a feature data set. We've created features inside of our feature data set. We have created a polygon that will define our rooms and points for any information we want to add as a point representation. And then we've also created a feature data set topology for the rooms. So we're all set now to create new features. The first thing we're going to do is create the room areas, and we're going to add that to the current map. So remember, anytime you want to make any edits to data sets, you want to add that into your table of contents, and then you want to make sure that it's visible to get your template. I'm going to change the symbology to make that simple. I'm just going to use the simple black outline, and then I can just close that back out. I'm going to start my edit, enabling my edit session there, and I'm going to click on the Create Features button. And since I have this checked, if you notice that my template appears and disappears depending on whether or not I have that layer checked, and I'm going to select that template. If I had more layers in here, and each of those were checked, they would also show up in here. So since I only have one layer, that's the only layer that's going to show up. So on my first creation of a polygon, I'm going to use the Create Polygon tool. I'm going to zoom into here, and I'm just going to click on the four corners where I want to create a polygon. I'm going to use my keyboard cursor down to move that out of the way so I can double click and complete that border. And when moving around, I can use my keyboard cursor to pan around, or I can go to the map, hit Explorer. I got this hand icon, and I can use that to move around. Then I can go back to my Create Features tool, and this time I can use the autocomplete tool, and then it will use the adjacent polygon to close off my polygon, or to complete my polygon. So if you notice in here, as I hover over this line, it knows that it's going to snap into that. And I can just define that corner there, stop that, and come here and close that. And now over here I can just stop right at that edge, and then if you notice, since I close that, it used that similar edge from that adjacent folder, or that adjacent room, to close that polygon. Now I've created another polygon, and using that combination, so you'll use for the rest of the rooms, you'll use the this autocomplete polygon, since there are adjacent rooms to those, and then just kind of go around. If you choose to start on one corner without having to complete that, you can go back and create a polygon in there. If you need to make any adjustments to the polygon, you can use the Reshape Edit Vertices tools, and then it will make that change to the one that you have selected. And there you have creating polygons and features within the data set. And then of course, when you're done with your changes, or along the way when you're making changes, make sure you save your edits often. And now it's stored, and then you can go ahead and move on. And then if you feel like you're at a stopping point, you can close the projects and make sure that you do save your edits so that it will be saved to that feature set over there. And if you notice the attributes from the attribute table, 2 polygons there and 2 records in here. So that's turning out to be good, and then just complete the rest, and we'll add fields at another time.